Winter in Utah's Bryce Canyon National Park is a magical time, but it definitely comes with its own unique set of challenges.
So we got shut down a little bit earlier trying to do the Peekaboo Trail, and it seemed like all hope was lost for a second. That is until we stopped by the Winter Adventure Center and we said, let's go cross-country skiing for the first time ever. So this is what we're trying to do today. And the first step of this adventure is putting the skis on, and let's see. Oh, yeah, that doesn't help. We're learning on the fly, kind of.
2,000 years later.
Right there. Hey! And I think we're ready to ski. This could be excellent, or we could... I already almost fell once.
Here you will find over 18 miles worth of groomed trails for cross-country skiing. These trails are all generously maintained by Ruby's Inn. Since this was our first ever attempt at cross-country skiing, we thought we'd play it safe and do the 2-mile-long rim trail. We weren't even on the main trail at this point, and we were both looking like those nature documentaries of the baby giraffes taking their first steps. We were definitely hoping that we'd get the hang of it soon, because otherwise we were in for a very long 2 miles.
So we are just embarking on our cross-country skiing adventure. There's a lot of step glide that our good friend Lynette.
Shuffle, glide.
Shuffle, glide. It was Lynette, right?
Yes.
Shout out to Lynette, true champion, love her. And so we have 2 miles to go, and supposedly some pretty views. So hopefully this goes well.
According to the experts, you can do shuffle, glide. So this is how it works when we show you.
Please do.
You go shuffle, glide.
Like a professional. Did you see that? That was amazing.
One of the nice things about the trail that we were taking this day is that everything was really well marked. As you can see, there's a sign on this tree marking the rim trail, and a little bit further in there's another sign at a junction that would otherwise have been very confusing.
Gotta be careful, there's probably a speed limit here. Don't go breaking it.
The rim trail starts off in a beautiful lush forest, but its main selling feature is that it eventually takes you to a beautiful viewpoint that lets you look out over Bryce Canyon.
We are about 4/10 of a mile in so far, and the learning curve is fairly simple, I'd say. I think we're both getting the hang of it. Somehow, I thought I was getting it a little faster, and somehow I'm the only one that has fallen down so far, so there's that.
I don't know what he's talking about. I can ski backward. I'm an expert at this game now.
I think she just means that she loses momentum going uphill and goes backwards.
I'm an expert cross-country skiing now.
Look at it.
Look at this graceful.
I don't know when the next Winter Olympics is, but
See,
I
I'm
think
going
we're
backward.
going for it.
See?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Being from Southern California, we don't have a whole lot of opportunities for cross-country skiing, and I didn't even know that there's several different ways that you can go about it. I don't know if this is more for beginners, but the whole route is going to have this track, and you just stay in it. And then as you can see here, it's almost like a hybrid of like ice skating and skiing. I forget what they're called, skate ski, I believe. If not, I'll put it in the bottom of the screen right now, but I believe that's what it's called. So yeah, some guy just went ripping by on that. And then you have the slope hokes in the track here, but I think that might actually be good for this time. So it keeps us from doing the split and like eating it. And then also there is the shoulders here where you can do some snowshoeing as well. According to Strava, we are about 0.98 of a mile, and Now we are starting to get those beautiful Bryce Canyon views that you can see out there. Really nice.
It's beautiful. So we have about 1.1 miles left to go.
Right about there.
I think we did pretty good for our first time.
At this point, we were really starting to get the hang of it, and we were really enjoying our time on the skis. The trail so far had been either completely flat or a tiny bit uphill, so we didn't have to worry about keeping our balance at high speeds. But that all was about to change in just a little bit. Even though these trails are maintained by Ruby's Inn, they are open to the public. So if you own your own cross-country skis, you can come here and just set out on the trails. There's a good chance you may encounter other skiers while you're out, and they could be going in either direction. If you'd like to learn about the etiquette of cross-country skiing, and what to do if you encounter another skier going the opposite direction in your tracks, you can find the link to our article in the description below. Even though it felt like we were gliding along with the greatest of ease, somewhere between the fact that you're using both your hands and your feet, and also the fact that we are right around 7,000 feet above sea level, made for a pretty tiring little workout. Here we are at the last fork on the route, and you'll need to keep your eyes peeled for this yellow sign. It says Ruby's instead of Rim Trail, but this is the way that you need to go if you're ready to head back. And this is when the downhill started.
Oh crap. Oh no! Woo!
The hills didn't give me too many problems, but unfortunately the same could not be said for V. She took a few pretty good spills, and then she decided that she was going to try to invent a new type of skiing. Unfortunately, I don't know if this new style is really going to take off, but V's a tough cookie, and soon she was up and on the move again. We got a little bit of a break in the downhill action because the trail flattened out for a little bit. But right at the end there was another downhill section. This one is shorter, but it is also steeper. I personally loved them and thought that they were a lot of fun, but for some reason I think that I am alone in this opinion. I kicked off my skis and ran back up the hill just in time to catch another one of V's awesome wipeouts. And that was pretty much the end of cross-country skiing for her. We were close enough to the parking lot that she just kicked her skis off and walked the rest of the way down.
Okay, so cross-country skiing. What did you think?
It was fun up to the hills part. The downhill part, as you can see earlier, I was not having a good time.
She fell down a few times. I think I ended up falling down what? Maybe 4 or 5 times, and she might have broke 20.
Oh, it's probably 10. Not 20. It was a little trickier for us. I mean, I guess our first time ever skiing, so...
Skiing of any sort, never ski at a resort or anything. So it was a very unique experience. I would do it again. I don't know, would you do it again?
And on smaller hills, on maybe beginner's trails. We'll go from there. I need to get the hang of my balancing. We'll see.
Do they have a cross-country bunny slope? I'm not sure. We'll have to look at that.
But yeah, I mean, if you're in Bryce Canyon and you love cross-country skiing, you can rent your ski here. It's pretty cheap, actually. It's $15 for a whole day. And all the trails are groomed by Ruby's Inn. It's amazing. It's all free, unless you rent, then you pay for your rental, but the trails access are free. So if you have your own stuff, you can go for free.
Yeah, and it also was a great alternative because, like in our situation today, pretty much almost all of the trails in the park are just completely covered in snow. So, besides the Navajo Loop.
Yeah, the Queen's Garden and the Navajo Loops. And there was like 1 or 2 trails that was, available.
Yeah.
But we've done both of them, So
yeah, it was a good alternative if everything else is not available.
super fun. You have tons of trails to choose from.
Yeah.
I can't talk.
She can't talk. But anyways, that is going to do it for this one. And there's a guy over here with the snow plow. He's going to come over here and probably spray us with snow in a second. So we better get out of here. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and what can we do to the like button this time?
Just hit it. I'm cold.
Headbutt it.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye. It's going to get us.